Hello, welcome to Do It Yourself with Wayne. Today we're going to do a product review on this Portland electric pressure washer. It has 1750 psi of pressure. It sprays 1.3 gallons per minute of water. And like I said, it is electric, so it is the type that you have to plug into the wall for 110 volt AC. So let's open the box up and see what we got. We're going to start out, we've got the instructions manual. Now, anytime I review something, I always encourage people, read the instructions manual. I know a lot of these things are very poorly written. Some of them are so bad you don't even know what they're trying to tell you. But most of them are written where you can understand them. So please read the instructions manual, especially the safety precautions. I know this stuff is boring. I know you're going to say, well, I know all that stuff. But you may come across something you didn't know that can make the difference between you, someone else, or something getting hurt or damaged. So read the manual, please. All right, so let's see what we got. The first thing we got here is we got the bottle where you can put soaps and detergents or things like that if you want to spray, something on your whatever you're cleaning before you actually pressure wash it. We'll be showing you how to install that here in a little bit. This is a little bracket that goes on the back of it that you hang your pressure hose on. This is half of the pressure wand. There is attachments. This goes on here for the sprayer. There's a longer nozzle. I think, yeah, this is it. That goes on here for your pressure. We'll be showing you how to put those together here in just a little bit. We got a handle here. This will be attached to the front of the pressure washer just to make it easier to move it around. We'll be showing you how to install that. And just a side note there, the only tool you need for assembly is just a standard size Phillips screwdriver. But you will need a Phillips screwdriver to put this together. All right, and here is our pressure hose. That's the pressure hose that actually goes to your wand for the high pressure water. And then here is the device itself. So this is your little pressure washer. It's not very heavy, it's nice and compact. So that's what we're going to be putting together here in just a minute. So let's put it together and see what we got. Now for your assembly, actually the first thing the manual told me to do was install the wheels, which just push in from either side. But in my case, the wheels were already installed, so I didn't have to do that. The next thing is installing the handle. And as I said, you need a Phillips screwdriver, it's just a standard size. And on your handle, this part, there's these little studs that stick out. There's 4 of them. They go in these 4 little holes here. So from the front, you just line those up, you push them in. And then they send 4 little Phillips screws that go in from the back to attach that. Now, one thing I will caution you about, I'm a big believer in my cordless power tools. Don't install these screws with a drill. If you do, this is all plastic and you can easily strip them out. And if you strip them out, the screws just won't hold in the future. So just get your regular screwdriver to install the screws. If you do use a power tool, just make sure that you stop when they start getting a little bit snug, because like I said, if you strip out the plastic that these screws go into, you'll never get them to tighten up. There you go. That is the only thing you have to install with screws or any kind of tool that you have to have. Now, let's go back to the wand part. Actually, before I do that, the next thing on the instructions is to install this. This is just a little bracket for hanging your pressure hose on the back. And back here on the back of your tool, you got this little thing. You put the wide part down in it first. This just stands up out, so your hose hangs right here. So it goes right there. You push it down and it just snaps in place. And then when you're not using your tool, your pressure wand or pressure hose can hang right there. I'm gonna leave it off for right now, but that's what that part is for. Now, for your wand, you got two different attachments. You always start with this part, and if you want to use this part for your detergents and things, you just push it in, push in and twist. That's all you got to do. It's ready to go. When you got your pressure on, you pull your handle and it sprays your detergent out on whatever you're working on. To remove it, you just push in and turn it backwards, which if you're looking this way, looking down, you turn this part counterclockwise, quarter turn, and it'll pull out. That's how you remove it. This is the extension for the power nozzle. Same thing, you just push it in, turn it, quarter turn, it locks in place, and it's ready to use. To remove it, just push in, quarter turn, and it'll come out. But for right now, we're going to leave it on here, because that's what we're going to be using probably first. The next thing you got is your pressure hose. Now on the handle, you start with this end, the silver end. It goes in the back, you just push it in, and on the back of the handle, and I'll show a close-up of this, on the back of the handle is this little red thing. You pull that toward the hose, and that locks it in place so it won't come out. Okay, if you want to remove the hose, that little red thing, you just push it back, and then your hose will come out. That's how you put it on. You just push it in, push that little red thing down, and that locks it. Now on the other end of your pressure hose is what hooks to the front of the pressure washer. Now there's a little cover that goes on this to protect it in shipping. You have to take that off. And in this part, you just push it in, and then you turn that part to screw it on there. Don't use a tool on this, just hand tight. Like so. That's all you got to do. Now, except for attaching power and water, the tool is assembled and ready to use. Now we're getting ready to use our pressure washer. First thing we're going to do is hook up the water. Just take your hose pipe right here. And just snug it up real good. Then you hook up your power. Now on the end of the power cord there's a GFCI outlet, or GFCI ground fault circuit interrupter, which helps protect you from electrical hazards. One thing that they say in the owner's manual, and I'm going to tell you two things. One is you don't use a drop cord, because it will decrease the efficiency of the GFCI, and the whole purpose of the GFCI is to protect you from the possibility of electrical shock. The other thing is, with any pressure washer, never let this thing spray into your hand or into someone else's body, because it actually can inject water under your skin, which is very dangerous. So the first thing we need to do now is hook up the power. Now on the back of this thing there's two little buttons here. When you plug it in, push the top button to reset it. The little red light there will come on. They tell you to test it. You push the bottom button, and that's the GFCI test, which will turn off the little red light, and your device or your pressure washer will not have electricity to it. So then you press the reset button at the top again, and it turns the power back on. And at that point you're ready to turn on your water to your pressure washer. Never turn it on without the water being on, because you can damage the pump that way. So now we're going to plug this in. We're going to cycle the GFCI to test it and have it on. We're going to turn our water pressure on at the spigot, and we'll be ready to turn this thing on and start spraying some pressure washer. Now at this point we've hooked up our water. We got our water turned on. We hooked up our power. We cycled through the testing of the GFCI that's on the end of the cord, and if I measured right, the cord is 50 feet long. And I reset the GFCI so we have power on. Everything, the cables are all hooked up, so we're ready to do some pressure washing. Now one thing I really like about this, I do have another pressure washer that's a little over 3,000, I think 31 or 3,200 psi, which has a lot more force, but it continues running when you're not pulling the trigger to use force. I like that this one turns off when you're not spraying. If you watch me, see how it turns on when I pull the handle, but it turns off when I let off the handle? I like that. I think that's a really good feature. Some of them don't do that, and if you let them run too long without spraying water, the pump can get hot and overheat. So I consider that a good thing. We've done a little bit of pressure washing around here. I think it would have done a little better if we'd sprayed some soap first, but it does clean. We'll show you a little bit of that. But I do like it. So let's move on and show you cleaning some walls. At this point, we're going to clean the side of our house a little bit. And we've got a lot of mud and stuff that's splashed up on here. So let's just zoom in and we'll spray a little bit of this. This is our front walkway. As you can see, it is pitted a good bit because it's getting a little bit old. I've cleaned this part, but this part is not clean. One thing I did find, if I wet it down and let it soak a little bit, it cleans easier, but we haven't put any soap on it yet. But here we go. We're going to clean a little bit more of it. So there you go, that cleans up real good. Now you still may see some stuff that looks like black spots. That's actually the rock in the concrete, which is a dark colored rock. But it did take all the crud and stuff off the concrete, so it does clean it well. At this point, we've tried pressure washing without detergents or anything, which is the way I normally would pressure wash something. But we're going to switch now. We're going to use a little bottle, and we're going to switch the nozzle out to this. We're going to put some 30-second outdoor cleaner in here. And if you're interested in the 30-second outdoor cleaner, we've done a product review video of that product. I put a link in the description to it. I also put one up at the top. But if you're interested in it, it's a good cleaner. We've had good success with it. So anyway, that's what we're going to use in the bottle. The first thing I want to do is unplug the power. Anytime you're making changes to this or doing something, always unplug the power just for safety. Like I said before, on this, you just push in and turn and it'll come off. And this, you just push in. Well, there, push in, turn, and it's on there now. So I'm going to unscrew the bottle. It's got the little tube that goes down into the bottom. I'm going to get some of my 30-second outdoor cleaner. I don't have much in here, so it's going to be, this jug looks like it's empty because it's light, but it does have some in it. Like I said, there ain't much, but there's some in here. Might just go ahead and pour it all in. Yep, not much left. All right. So now we got our cleaner in the bottle. We just screw it on here. Like so. So when we pull the handle on the wand, it's going to squirt water, and it's also going to suction cleaner out of the bottle. So you get water, so the cleaner will be diluted when it sprays. All right, let's plug our power back in. when you plug it in, you got to press the reset button to make sure that it turns the power on. All right, so now we got our nozzle installed. We got our bottle filled with solution. I'm gonna spray some up here on my porch because I wasn't real pleased. The pressure washer got the dirt off the porch, but it didn't clean some of the stains and stuff. So I was hoping this would help better with the stains. I'm also going to spray some on my sidewalk down to the concrete to see how much difference it makes there. So let's go ahead and do this. As you can see, you just get a spray of water. It's not really high pressure. It's just water flow and your detergent. So now I'm going to step off camera. I'm going to spray my sidewalk a little bit. Give it a few minutes and we'll try it. At this point, we've let the 30-second outdoor cleaner soak in here on my porch a little bit. Sorry about my neighbor's leaf blower. It's Friday afternoon. Everybody's cleaning up the yard. I also got a neighbor over here that's mowing grass, so sorry about the outside noise. But anyway, here we go. We're going to see if this cleans any better now. Well, the 30-second outdoor cleaner did help. It got more of the staining and stuff that didn't want to come off with just pressure washer. So now I'm going to go around and try it on the concrete sidewalk and see if it helps any more there. Here again, sorry about the leaf blower next door, but don't want to let this sit too long. But here we go. So there's our sidewalk after I cleaned it. I think the pressure washer did a really good job. Now for the final review of this Portland pressure washer from Harbor Freight. We used this yesterday actually, and we ran it probably 2 to 3 hours. It ran flawlessly. And again, it has 1750 psi of pressure, 1.3 gallons of water per minute is what it sprays.
I like the fact that it comes with the attachment to apply your cleaning solution. So if you've got a particularly dirty spot and you want to put a little bit of soap of some type to it, you can just put your cleaning solution in the bottle, hook the bottle to the spray washer, and apply it very easily without having to use a pump bottle or whatever. And then you just take this off and then use the pressure washer to rinse off the soap and do the heavy work. I also like that the pressure washer is so lightweight. It's very easy to handle. It's easy to hook up. And for anyone without a lot of upper body strength, that's a real plus.
Yeah. And at Harbor Freight, you know, this pressure washer is under $100. I think the regular price is $90, $89, $99 or something like that. To me, that's $90. Quite regularly, if you watch their ads, they'll put these on sale. If you're one of their members, you'll get a little bit better sale price sometimes. But even the regular price is like $90, and I think that's a fair price for what it does. It's not a real heavy-duty pressure washer. But one thing that I found yesterday, particularly when we were doing our sidewalk out here, and you saw me doing some of that, I didn't expect it to do a good job out there because it's only, the 1750 psi, and it did. It did a very good job on that sidewalk. The only difference between this machine and the gas-powered one I've got that's over 3,000 psi is how long it took to clean the sidewalk. If you've got more pressure, you can clean faster. But with the lighter weight ones with less pressure, you can still do the job, it just takes longer. So all in all, we give this product a thumbs up. And I'll put a link in the description to where you can purchase one at Harbor Freight. And if you're one of their members or you watch their sale ads, you may get it for less than their $90. That is their regular price. But I think it's a good value at that price. And like I said, we ran it for 2-3 hours and it ran flawlessly for us. So at this point, just like to say, if you enjoy this video, please click like on it, share it with your friends, and we would really appreciate it if you would subscribe to our channel, because those things help us grow to bring you more videos like this. And so at this point, I'd just like to say thank you for visiting. Do it yourself with Wayne and Ann, and we hope you have a great day.